Artists have been making personas for ages. Back then, you could find them in a corner of your screen in the form of stills. However, stills take too long to edit, and I hate editing. Hi, I'm Yo-Yoist. I'm a digital artist, and today I'm making myself a little teeny weeny PNG tuber just for myself, so I don't have to spend hours editing in each individual still. I don't have the patience for this. I was gonna make myself a VTuber model instead, but after playing Minecraft and listening to my laptop try to explode, I went with the less taxing version. Back when I first looked into PNG tubers, there were just 2 PNGs. That was okay, but I wanted something in the middle. When I learned about Pngtuber Plus, I decided to finally get off my behind and hop to it. It's now or never, right? I made a VTuber model before for a friend, but it was pretty fun. However, I remember it taking a while to try to work with the design to create something that fitted him. For myself, that's easy. I already know what I want. I wanted a model that would be relaxed and drawing like these. But my persona is a Lamia with big hair and little accessories. Before I did anything, I gathered some inspiration pics. I already knew what I wanted, so here they are. I love this hairstyle, so I'm snatching it from this doll. But take a good look at it because I will struggle with this. Just this. Because everything else will be easy, but not this. So I started off into the journey of sketching. Piece by piece, I added lines and more lines. It was difficult. I looked at references, I looked at my phone, I looked at the wall, and there I had it. This. It's not bad, it's just not what I wanted. That's why you critique and start again. These are very easy fixes. I just gotta start all over again. This time I'm using references like a true artist. I'm actually gonna put it on my screen instead of keeping it on my phone. That way I could be more influenced by what I'm looking at, instead of guessing. This second version turned out pretty good. I finally got the hair to look the way I wanted it to, and the face was much more readable now. I thought the whole thing was cute and it fit me a lot. Plus the coloring was nice too. I love coloring. As you can see, the head for my model now exists. Like I said, I made a VTuber model before and I enjoyed it, but I hate one step in particular. Exporting. I hate exporting, as it takes a long time and it's a lot of repetitive steps that you have to keep up with. You gotta make the background transparent, rename the file, save it as a PNG, then rename the file and save it as a PNG, and then over and over and over and over and over again. I hated doing this, but imagine doing it for a VTuber model. It was hell on earth. But now that it's done, I can work on my favorite part. Rigging? Would you even call this rigging? I'm not sure. I've used Live 2D for rigging, and while it gets easier over time, there's a lot of thought you put into each step. Here, all I had to do was import each layer individually. I kinda hated it at this point, but I didn't have that many layers to begin with. The mechanics was pretty easy since physics and squash are done for you. All you had to do was apply it to your model. I will admit that I wish I could just click and drag the origin point to where I want it. I would often forget to click O before moving anything, and end up moving the entire layer itself. I also wish I could open up the list of PNGs and move it by dragging them as well, instead of relying on Q and E. I felt like some of my files were in the wrong spot, but I don't think you can notice it. Then there was testing. You should always test your model after each step. It lets you see all the mistakes. You can choose to ignore some, but others are too obvious to hide. So far, I like the model. It needed a few fixes, like for example, the physics on the head is too hidden for me. So when I talk for long times, When I talk for a long period of time, you can't really see the bounce of the head, and I want the model to move like a VTuber model, so more physics. Did the same for the snakes as well. Then I fixed a gap here by adding in one of the tail PNGs because I'm lazy and I don't want to go back and fix them in the drawing program. But there was one issue that I don't think will be too much of a problem. This isn't on anyone else but me. However, I didn't know that you would be using chroma key for this. I thought the background would just be transparent. This becomes an issue as all the colors are used in the model, but green will do since blue and purple give me the worst outcome. Now I'm left with this. It's cute. That's it. It's just cute.